aspirants. Hope you are well at home and doing your hard work. So, as continue our first chapter, that is human activities and its classification. Yesterday we had completed the types of economic activities. That there are three types: profession, employment, and business. So today we are doing our next topic, that is types of non-economic activities, and then differentiation between the economic and the non-economic activities, and the last topic that we are covered today, that is difference between the business, profession, and employment. So first of all, we'll discuss our key terms. First one is leisure. Leisure, we like example, we play games, watching TV, painting. What are these? These are the activities that we are do at our free time when we do not do a important work or to not supposed to do earn money or something else, right? So everybody has a hobbies, and that hobbies when are doing, then it is known as the leisure time. So if we define the leisure, leisure is an activity that is chosen for pleasure, means satisfaction, and then for relaxation to our body and mind, and then for emotional satisfaction, then it is known as a leisure. Clear? Next one is the patriotism. What is this? It is a feeling to do for our nation, like we donated a blood. Likewise, at this time when there is a coronavirus, there are various donations that are given by the persons, like famous personalities like Ratan Tata, Ambani. These are provided the donations, and even various famous personalities from the entertainment field or from the sports field, they provide donations. So what is this? This is the feeling of belongingness to our nation, that we are supporting our nation and loyal. So this is known as a patriotism. Next one is the risk. Risk. I give you an example, like we always say that don't take risk of use mobile phones while driving. So what is this? Means there is an uncertain situation can be occur, like danger, bad thing, or an unpleasant happening. So this is known as a risk. Likewise, there is a risk of failure in exams when we are not studying, right? So this is a risk when we are not doing or we are not supposing to do, and it gives us a bad effect. This is known as a risk. Next, our fourth term that we used is entrepreneur. Like I'll give you various entrepreneurs and what they do. Like first one is Dhirubhai Ambani. They has a Reliance Industries, Ratan Tata, Tata Groups, Anand Mahindra, Mahindra Groups. They are working. Narayan Murthy for Infosys, Azim H. Premji is for Wipro. These are the famous personalities that are and they are the entrepreneurs. So first of all, entrepreneur is the startup work. Means the startup that are performed by the or the done by the some person, right? For example, like if I want to open a shop, it is my idea and it works upon it, so I am the owner of that shop. So owner means entrepreneur. Simply a shop, I'll give you an example. Likewise, a clothes shop or some other work that we do for our own, that is known as a entrepreneur. Like McDonald's, that is a startup business that is different from each other and that has a unique idea, that is known as a entrepreneurship. Means the person who start their business with the idea, this is known as a entrepreneur. Clear? So next, our topic, today's topic is types of non-economic activities. So there are the various types of non-economic activities we are discussing, but before that, first of all, we'll revise our non-economic activities. That what is non-economic activities? The activities that are performed but not for to earn money. These are known as the non-economic activities, right? So Similarly, first type is the leisure time activities. Leisure time means ki recreational time or a free time that we are do that provides us a personal satisfaction, and not a satisfaction for a money, but personal satisfaction, like painting, drawing, watching movie, TV, or cooking food at home. So these are the leisure time activities that we want to do for refresh our mind and body. Clear? Next one is the physical needs, physical activities that are needed for our body, that is a morning walk, yoga, aerobics that we are doing, right? Third type is the parental activities that are done by the love, care, affection and the duty of the parents to do, like cooking food by mother, caring of a child by father and a mother. So what are these? These are the parental activities, right? Next one is the social activities, the activities that are performed in the society where we live, like attending marriage of our relatives, birthday parties. What are these? These are the social religious activities that we are performed for our religion, right? Like worship to the god, donation given to the temples or gurdwaras, charity purpose some. So these are the religious activities that we are performed, but due to the care and affection, right? Next one is the patriotism, that I told you before, that feeling to love our nation, like donation to the blood, donation of something else at the times when the nation is in a difficult phase. So like today we are facing the problem of coronavirus, so there are various donations that the people are given so that the nation can solve these problems easily, right? Next one is the cultural activities. Cultural activities, or we can say that some other activities that we are performed due to our culture, like various festivals celebrated like Diwali, Holi, Eid, Durga Puja. Why we are celebrating this? Because we live in a society and our culture involves in this. So that is why we are celebrating these functions, and these are known as the non-economic activities, right? So what are the activities that are performed in the non-economic activities? That is leisure time activities, physical activities, parental needs, social activities, religious activities, patriotism and the cultural activities. So these are the types of non-economic activities. Next one is the distinction between the economic and the non-economic activities. That is difference. Means what is the difference between these? We have learned the economic activities and the non-economic activities. So now we are able to differentiate between them. Like what is the objective of both? Economic activities is performed for money, that we are satisfying our wants, right? But non-economic activities are performed for a personal satisfaction that we want, like pleasure, like relaxation or some other basis. Then it is known as the non-economic activity. Next basis, that how we can differentiate it. In this, it involves the cost and benefit relationship. Like first of all, we have to put some efforts like cost, then we can get benefit in terms of money. Like first of all, we'll do a work and then we sell that something, then we can earn profit, and that is a benefit. If a farmer works in the field and sell his wheat and gets profit, then it is known as a benefit or a money benefit. This is the relationship between the cost and benefit. Next one is the non-economic activities. It is based on the sentiments and the emotions that are related to the persons or the nations, right? The emotions are attached with the family, with the friends, then we are perform these activities, right? Next one is the measurement, how we can measure the both terms, economic and the non-economic activities. So economic activities are measured in terms of money. As we can spend something, we are spending our time, then in return we can get money, and it is measured in the money. So, but this is not measured in a money because it is done due to our duty, care, or affection. Next is the expectations, that what we are expected when we are performing these activities. When we are performing the economic activities, then we are expecting that we earn something. We earn our living and satisfying our wants. So what is this? These are expectations. But in the non-economic activities, we do not expect something from others. We do this for our personal satisfaction. If my brother falls sick, we have to care for him. That is our duty or care. But we are not expecting from him something, that he pays something for him. Right? So this is the expectations that are involved in the economic activities but not in the non-economic activities. Next one is the allocation of the resources, that which types of resources are to be allocated. In economic activities, there is the proper allocation of the resources, like farmer gets field and then he works upon it. Doctor treats the patients, means resources that are properly utilized and then we earn money, right? Next, non-economic activities, there are not a utilization of resources. There is not an essential to use the resources and then to do work. It's simple. We go for a work, we go for a family's friends. Why? Because we want, we care, we love, but there are no resources that we are used. So it is not essential to use the non-economic activities any resources, but in the economic activities we are using the resources, then we can get output as a result of money. Next one is the types of economic activities or the non-economic activities. As we have learned the types, so we are able to write it like types. In the economic activities there are 3 types: business, profession, and employment. But in the non-economic activities there are 7 non-economic activities that are physical, for parental or social, cultural, religious, or patriotism. These are the activities of the non-economic activities. Clear? So now the last topic is difference between the business, profession, and employment. First of all, we'll discuss the meanings with the real examples of each these terms. Now we'll differentiate it. First is the commencement, how it should be commenced or open or start or run. So first is the business, it depends upon the decision of the entrepreneur or owner. If he has idea, if he has resources, he can open it. Likewise, in the profession, there is a need of a professional degree and a certificate of practice. That certificate of practice means a formal training at that field area there the work should actually be done. So it is needed. Next, in the employment, there is the need of the service agreement, that is comes between the employer and the employee. In this, the terms and the conditions are to be specified, that what type of a salary it should be given, what type of facilities that are to be provided, what type of a service or a job he has to perform. So this is a service agreement. Next, the second base is the qualifications, that what type of qualifications are required in this. So in the qualifications in the business, there may or may not be qualifications required. As I'll give you an example of Ambani, there is a Dhirubhai Ambani who is qualified only up to a 10th standard, but he is the richest man. So business may or may not require qualifications, but in a profession there is a proper qualification and a training is required. Similarly, in the employment, it depends upon the nature of the job, that what is to be done. If the worker works in a factory, then he has knowledge about the machines, how it operates. If the worker operates in a road, then how the roads are to be constructed, what type of material is used, how it is to be used. It depends upon the nature of the job, that what qualification is required. Accordingly, the job is provided. Next is the investment. Investment means how much money that is involved. So in the business, it depends upon the what startup we done, means scale. If we are upon the small scale, then it requires a less investment. If we are upon a medium scale of a business, then it requires a more investment. If we are working upon large scale of a business, then it requires high level of investment. So it depends upon the business. Next, profession. It requires based upon the profession also. As if we go for a teaching line, then what type of a qualifications is required depends upon the degree that what it investments require, right? Similarly, in the employment, there is no requirement of any investment, because it depends upon the nature of the work, and there also training provided at that time. So in this, investments are not required. Next one is the risk, that how much risk, how much happenings, bad happenings are to be there. So first, in the business, if your idea is not working, then there is a high level of a risk of the business, right? But in a profession, there is a little or negligible risk. Negligible means nothing to worry about that risk, because if we have a degree, we can get a job. So there is no risk involved in this, or a little risk that there at a time we can't get a job, but after that time we can get job. So in this, little or negligible risk is involved. Employment, it is also belongs to the less risk than the two, because it depends upon the nature of the work. There is no risk. If we want a job, then we go for it. So next is the prime objective, that what is the prime objective of these. So in a business, the prime objective is to earn profit. Clear? So why we do these business starts? Because we have to earn. So to earn profit is the main objective. But in a profession, its main objective is to provide services to that professional persons, so that they can get a service or work accordingly. And similarly, in the employment, there is the objective is to earn money in the form of salary or wage according to the work. So next is the reward, that how the reward is to be given or get. So reward in the business, we get a profit in form of a money, and fees we get in the profession. And similarly, in the employment, we get a salary or a wages, depends upon the job. Next difference is based upon the nature of the work. So it involves the production, purchase, sale, and the exchange of the goods and the services. But in the profession, it is the professionalized services that are to be given. Like in this, only the services are to be involved, but in the profession, goods and the services both are involved. So the last is the employment. In the employment, there is a assigned duty that are to be performed, and it depends upon the job or the directions of the employee. Clear? Next, there are two differences more, that transfer of interest or transfer of a business. So in the business, it should be transferred easily by fulfilling the legal formalities, but in a profession, it may not be transferred, because that degree, that knowledge is attained by the person, and it should not be transferred. Next is the employment. Employment is also not transferred, because if person go for a job, he do a job, it should not be transferred from one person to another person. Next point is the code of conduct. Code of conduct means the rules, regulations that are to be provided by the professional authorities. So in a business, there are no prescribed code of conduct, but business has to follow business ethics. Like if the person has an alcoholic business, that is harmful for society, so it is not socially is desirable. That is a business ethics that provides us the knowledge of what is right to produce and what is not. Next is the profession. Profession, in this the code of conduct are prescribed by the professional associations. Like in a key teaching, there is a boards that are provide the professional or rules and regulations like ICSE, CBSE, Punjab board that provides the rules and regulations to the teaching line. Similarly, in the medical field, there is the Medical Association of India that provides the code of conduct. So, now in the employment, it depends upon the terms and conditions of the service that the employees have. Clear? So, now this is all about the difference between the business, profession, and employment. So today you have to write the questions depends upon this chapter, that is explain and the types of non-economic activities with suitable examples. Next question is how the economic activities are differ from the non-economic activities. You have to explain with proper basis that they are differ from each other. Next, differentiate between the terms that are business, profession, and employment. You can go for this link or the other links so that you can define these questions with proper understanding.